My name is Joshua Stickle, and ever since I can remember, I've wanted to be a fighter. Um, Often I've been held back by poverty and education, and I've been told that my goals and that my dreams are unrealistic in life, that I'll never be able to accomplish what I want to do in life because I didn't have this or that growing up, and that because I'm a nobody and that I have nothing, that I can't achieve these unrealistic goals supposedly. And I just want to prove to people that I'm wrong, physically and mentally. I want to be able to push myself to those limits, to prove to those people who said that I wasn't strong enough to do this, or that I wasn't strong enough to do that, that I can, that I was strong enough to do this, that I was strong enough to do that, that I could push on, that I could push through. I want to show those people who don't have an influence or an example in their life that they can too, that they can use their example of me to push on in life or whatever it may be, even if it's not the perfect example, because I know that I'm not perfect, and that's what makes it perfect. That I have to work, to want to be perfect. I want to work to better myself, and I want to work to be the best. But if I keep bettering myself, then there is no best. And I want to prove to people that I can get to that point and not have all those resources that people who had the the significance of those tools and those resources, to be able to grow off them quicker, to be able to grow off them faster, to be able to grow off them stronger, to that maybe just because they had all that doesn't make them better. That anybody can do anything. Everybody's equal. Maybe not equal, but there's equity. Everybody has equity, you know what I mean? Like, everybody can be at that point no matter what. There's no limit to what capabilities you put on a person except for what they put on themselves. And I want to prove to everybody that I don't have those incapabilities, that I can push myself through. I want to be a fighter. I want to stand in a ring. I want to stand in a cage, and I just want to fight. And I don't care if I win or lose, for the better or worse. I want to learn from the experience. I want to grow on from that. I want to become somebody from that. I want to show that person who thought that I wasn't strong enough, that I was strong enough, that I could do this, that I could do that, and that just because I didn't have those resources growing up, that it didn't make it so that I wasn't capable. Just because I didn't get my diploma and that I dropped out of school because I was homeless all out through high school, and I didn't get to go to high school because I had helped take care of my family. And people don't understand that. They think that I just skipped class because I didn't want to go to school. No, it was because I skipped class so I could help carry food back from the food bank because my family didn't have a car. And that's a lot of food, and like, there's other things, I could explain, and it doesn't make sense until only the food bank's only open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that you have to take the day off school to go to the food bank that's only open for an hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays, in between this class and this class, and you would have to talk to your teachers and tell them, hey, I had to do this with my family, or I had to do this with my family, and they would look at you and be like, that's no excuse. Well, no, it is no excuse, and I'm not making an excuse. I'm trying to make you understand that if I could do this and that at the same time, I would, but sometimes you have to make a choice for the better, and unfortunately, I thought my family. No, fortunately, I thought my family is better than my education. I think I'm intelligent enough, but other than that, I just want to show people that even through growing up in a poor area and in the ghetto and being the only white kid and being treated like shit because I was the only white kid, and you know, and growing up with everybody wanting me to affiliate in gangs and sell drugs and do drugs, and I wanted to, a lot, because all these kids, they had a lot of fun doing all this, and it's like, hey man, maybe I want to have fun too, but you know what, I'm gonna have fun a different way. I'm gonna have fun by fighting, because everybody thought that was fun when I was a kid too. And even back then, I was good at it. Maybe not as good as I am now, but I always like had this passion. Like when I put on gloves, I was a different person. I got on that ring and I became this new me, but it's the true me. So it's not new because the only reason it's new is because I don't get to express that often, and I just when I get hit, and it's like I feel that emotion and the passion from the other person, it fuels me to want to be stronger. It fuels me to want to be better. It fuels me to want to be the best, and it fuels me to want to be better than the best and just keep growing from that and push new limits and exceed new things and teach people new stuff. And from that point on, I just want people to take my example and make it better, and keep telling people that you can grow from nothing. Because I'm a nobody, that I can become something. I don't want to end this life thinking that, or I don't want to finish my life believing that I didn't accomplish what I wanted to do, that I wasn't strong enough to say, hey, I want to do this, or even try to say, hey, I want to do this, or try to make an attempt to do it in the first place. I've never gotten to fight before. I've never gotten to get taught. I've never been taught how to fight. I've only taught myself how to fight, and I've never been in a ring, or unless it was, backyard fights. But sometimes, those aren't even real fights sometimes, because that, like, sometimes you're fighting somebody that doesn't even know what they're doing, and it's completely, but I want to be in a ring with somebody who knows what they're doing. I want to learn from people who are the best and know what they're doing. I want to take example from these people who are great, because I want to be great. I don't want to be great, but I want to be like the best. And I also want a lot of people to like follow me on my journey and take me as an example, so they know they're not alone if things are hard for them, if times are tough. I don't want them to think they're alone in life, because they're not. And the reality of the situation is, you feel alone a lot, and that's what fuels you to want to be this person, is because you don't want to be alone. And that's like, because I've been alone on like so many subjects, I want to be at least in a group where people understand me. And I think that is within like the MMA fighting group, maybe the boxing group, because I just want to fight. Deep down inside, that's just where I want to be. I want to grapple with people on the ground. I want to get thrown around. I want to get punched. I want to like go home with holes in my cheek, with a freaking broken nose, with cauliflowered ears, And I want to go home with knots in my eyebrows and freaking cuts and under my eyes. I want to look like shit when I go home. I want to feel like shit when I go home. I want to wake up the next week and be like, man, last week I learned a lot. Let's put it to good use. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, I guess I don't have that significance. But I'd really like the help to go pro. If anybody is out there listening to me, please follow, like, and subscribe my video, or like my video and subscribe to my channel, or anything helps. I'd really appreciate the motivation. I hope I motivate you guys mostly, But please, if you really appreciate the video, share it, Peace out. Stinking stickle.